Hey Wigglers, how you doing? MsWiggly here. I wanted to do like a vlog type video, explaining what my step one was. I did write a script and I kind of deleted it because I thought I was gonna do an AI voiceover, but yeah, it's it's AI is kind of frowned upon, so I was like, you know what, it's fine. I'll just try my best to speak as clear as I can and not try to stumble over my words too much. But um my speech has been getting worse lately. I can tell I have like a little bit of a lisp going on and slur my words sometimes. Even my dad has like asked me at other times like I didn't understand you. So it wasn't even like of me like you know not speaking too loudly for him, but like hmm. Anyway, so because he has hearing aids, I mean he can hear me, he just didn't understand me, so I have to like be robotic like to pronounce things correctly so he can understand me. So I have to like, channel my inner robot, I guess. But I did my best to speak, but it's kind of hard sometimes. But, you know, I'll try not to use too much AI things. um but anyway, my step 1 was to clear up my room. Um, I'm dealing with step 1.5, which is in the basement. Yeah. Um, so I want to introduce myself. Hi, my name is Echo, and I am a hoarder. Now, it began like around 2018, I want to say. Um, I I was taking care of my mom for like ever since like high school. Like her health wasn't good, but it wasn't like super crazy bad. Um, but she learned of what she needed to do. She needed to get some treatments, and the treatments didn't like treat the situation and just made her worse, which made her a lot more weaker. And like, and she was in the hospital for so long, like back to back. She wasn't like staying there for like weeks on end. She was there for like maybe a couple days, and then she went home because they didn't know what else to do for her. But yeah, so it was like that for a few years, and then she was okay in a way, but she was still like weak, but she was still trying to push herself to walk up until 2018 when she could no longer walk. Her legs just would not, you know, keep her up, and then her back was not well either. The treatment that she was going for was reclassed, and that got recalled like soon after she got that treatment because there were reports of people dying from taking that treatment. So I'm glad she didn't die, but it really, I thought we were gonna lose her quite a bit of times during the time when she was trying to get off that reclass, because it's a yearly thing, not a monthly thing, a yearly thing. So that's a strong ass medicine. Um, but yeah, back to 2018. So yeah, when she noticed that she couldn't walk anymore and she couldn't like go to the store or anything. I mean, she went to the doctors and stuff. And she had help with my dad or I to go to the doctors, or dad or I to walk around the house and walk her to the bathroom and stuff. My dad did the bathroom thing, but just the rest of the house I helped her walk around and stuff. But yeah. So during that time when she couldn't walk as much anymore, she went to online shopping, and she online shops so much, even in duplicates, in three times. I don't know. Wait, duplicate. Wait, what's the three? Triple bot. I don't know. But yeah, she bought a lot of things, and she put it in a different room, which is actually a three-way room. It's a dining room, computer room, and bathroom. Our apartment's not that huge, so we don't have like the luxury of having so many rooms, but it's a place to live, and we have a roof over our heads and a place to call home. Um, so anyway, so yeah, she started putting stuff in that room, and every time she bought things, she opened them and she looked at the items, and then she said, "Okay, can you put that in the dining room?" And of course we did. And then it just kept piling up after, like, over and over and over and over. Oh, excuse me. For like, I don't know, a couple years, like 2020. Then the room was pretty much unrecognizable. But in the next 2 years before she died, she still did it, but not as much, but she still did it. And then she was still putting things, or having us put the things in that other room. And yeah, that room was just wall to wall stuff. Like, I'm not even kidding. Um, as you know, or as some of you know, I should say, I we lost her in 2022. She passed away to lung cancer. I thought it was stomach cancer. I only said stomach cancer because that's what the specialist said, but I think she was trying to like make it, because it was technically spreading to her stomach too. So she wasn't like totally off, but the when the morgue took care of her, tried to uh get her ready to be cremated, they just did a whole scan of everything, and they noticed it was mainly lung cancer. So, and it did spread to her stomach, but it was mainly lung cancer that was on the death certificate. So, yeah. But she did die peacefully and not in pain, which was good. We didn't want her to be in pain. If she was gonna stay here, like, I mean, she was gonna be, um, at the time that I can't even speak. I'm all jumbled. Okay, slow down. I think I'm trying to go too fast. Okay, so the time that we got her to the hospital, around the time that she died, it was like a week before she died. We brought her into the hospital, and um, we didn't know what was happening, of course, and the doctors looked at us saying, "We don't think she's gonna make it anytime." You know, like, I can't even word it right. I think I'm rushing still. I don't know why I do this to myself. Because I don't want to sound stupid, you know? So, and I'm like talking about him, but I'm just trying to explain. Um, but yeah, it was lung cancer, basically. And my sister came back into our lives once we called her and let her know that she wasn't gonna uh, be here much longer. So she came back into our lives, and and my mom was happy to see her, and I was happy to see my mom happy that she was there. And yeah, then a week later she passed. Um, so a year after she passed, we finally cleared out that room. It took about, I don't know, a week and a half. But it was like a constant daily thing to clear it out. But we cleared it out. We even like donated some things. We threw out some things that we weren't gonna use and stuff like that. So my sister took some things, but not a lot of things, because she has a lot of stuff at her place too. Um, yeah. Hold on. yeah, so um then after, so it was 2023 is when we cleared out that room. And we were like, after we did that, we were talking about getting a dumpster to clean out the rest of the house and my room. The reason why my room started getting the way it is or was, um I was feeling the depression from my mom. My mom was very depressed because she couldn't do things anymore. You know, just, she felt closed in with her stuff too, but she didn't know what to do. She wanted to tackle it, but she just, I don't know, she just didn't have the drive to. She wanted to, but she just couldn't. She knew she wasn't gonna do too much. But um like, the whole time that I knew her, she was like a neat freak. You know, she wanted everything like spotless and everything kind of thing, and she is very on top of things. But her sickness just took over and just made her depressed and just made her just online shop instead. Because she shopped a lot when she was healthier and stuff like that, and even had like big Christmases, so that kind of added up too, which is why we had a lot of stuff in the basement. Um, but yeah, so we were gonna get the dumpster after we cleared out that room, but then we uh kept stalling and making excuses, and we're just like, well, we can wait on that, you know. So we did. We kept on stalling and making excuses for 2 years until this year. We're like, you know what? We're gonna do it. No ifs, ands, or buts. We gotta start. So, and I desperately needed to tackle my room. um, so yeah, it got up. Um, it got so much in my, like, I'm showing the pictures right now. The before and afters. Um, like, there's 3 befores and then 3 afters. Um, hopefully I put them up here. um, so I did it. I cleared out the room. It took weeks, like a full month, to do it, but I did it. Went through some arguments too, which was not pleasant. Made me feel like crap. Made me want to stop, but I had to like wait till the next day to start over, to start again. But my dad has a temper, so it was hard to continue. And then after one of the fights, it was like after like a third fight, I was like, okay, I need to look up how to handle someone who's a hoarder, so that way I can explain to him in like a better detail, like of how not to talk to me during this time. And it said to not have empathy, but have compassion. You don't have to feel sorry for the person who's hoarding, but you have to have compassion and be understanding of how they got there. Dad, for a while during this process, didn't understand. Just kept yelling at me. Didn't, I don't know. He just would not understand, and then I finally just like listened to me. Stop yelling. Just let me explain how I got there. And then I said how I did. Because I felt the depression, which made me give up too. And then it clicked to him, I think. Then he was fine after that. Until we got to the basement. Um like the first time we did started tackling the no, second time. The first time was the Christmas part. We already tackled that and that was fine. It was just like the regular stuff. Um yeah, it was the second time we went into the basement, and my sister was here the second time too. My sister was here for the first Um, first time in the basement, and then the second time in the basement too. But the second time, after my sister left, my dad was like really tense, really quick, and said, told me not to organize my stuff that was down there. And I was ready to. I was just pumped. I was just like, alright, I'm down here. I got all the other stuff situated, and we still had my mom's stuff and my great aunt's stuff who passed away too. It was like a year before my mom died. We even had her stuff there, so we had like so much stuff that we had to go through. But I had my stuff down there that I wanted to go through, and it was back in 2008. So I'm just like, okay, let me get rid of this stuff, let me tackle this, and I was ready to do it. And then when my sister left to go home, my dad was just like, no, you're not gonna do it. And I was like, but I want to, this is my stuff. And he just went full blown explosion mode. It's like, you're not listening to me, you gotta do this. You gotta listen to me, not you gotta do this. Oh my god. No. I was trying to say I want to do this, but he was like, no, you need to listen to me. We're not doing that today. Putting this stuff back. And I'm just like, but it's my stuff. I'm willing to do it. And he just would not hear me at all. And then when we went upstairs, because of course basement, we gotta go upstairs to back in our apartment. Went up back upstairs, and he just said, "Fine, if you want to do the fucking thing yourself, do it. Do it your way." And I'm just like, I'm not doing the whole damn thing down there. I just want to work on my stuff. That was it. And then it was silence between both of us. I had a meltdown. Sorry. I was surprised that no one called the cops because the doors were wide open and everything. So no cops were called, but still. Once I had composure for a second, I texted my sister. I was like, Dad just exploded up. She knows about my dad's temper. He was never, like, he has never hit us. It was just verbal. Still, words still hurt, you know? I love my dad. Doing my best to take care of him. He's not doing well either. But he pushes himself a lot. And my sister and I are trying our best to make sure he's okay, to make sure that he's taking care of himself, that he's listening to his body, saying, like, okay, I need to go sit down. But he's hard. Which I get, it's like a pride thing, I get that. Like, sometimes you need to listen to your body and say, okay, I need to rest for. My dad does want me to get my own place. Like, in a nice way. He's not saying, get out, you know, whatever. But, like, yeah, go ahead and get your own place. And that way I know that you're gonna be okay if, when my time comes. That way I know you're gonna be alright. And so that was a peaceful thing. So he's fine with moving out. But he said, I just need help getting everything cleared out. And that was the deal. That's what I'm trying to do now. That's my step one. Clear everything out so that way I don't have too much to deal with when he goes too, you know. I don't have to deal with everything that I have because I got rid of so many things. I think it was like over 30 bags of my things that I threw out. And including trash too. A little bit of trash, but mostly junk that I don't need or want. So it was like over 30 bags. I stopped counting after 30. But yeah. And then the basement so far we've taken out Ian. So yeah, and then like big bulky things like the items are too big. Toss them out too. Yeah. The dumpster right now is like over half full. Um, so we're doing really good. We're making progress. We have it for another full week. I'm actually recording this on the 7th of June. Yeah, so as of right now, tomorrow, I'm gonna tackle a couple more of my things. So I still have like 3 um plastic totes that I haven't looked through yet. I don't want to go do that because there was like 6 or 7 down there that I was gonna tackle that day that my sister was here. When she left, I was like, all right, I'm gonna work on my stuff. But I only did 3 later. No, I did 3 the next day after that whole thing. That way, because I said I'm not in the mood now. Like it made me feel like shit. I'm not gonna do it now. But like the next day, I worked on the plastic totes. So I got rid of that. Uh, yeah. Now tomorrow I'm gonna work on the other 3 or 4. I think there's 4. I don't know. And we haven't even tackled. We haven't tackled like half of it yet. We only tackled like maybe a third. But no, we're tackling it at least. So I'm just gonna work on my stuff down there. Just find my stuff and just. I'm gonna do that tomorrow. Sunday my sister's coming, and then we're gonna tackle everything else. Tackle another bundle of things. And so we have the dumpster until this Thursday. On the hold on, let me check the date. On the 12th. So we have until. So we have some time to get as much as we can out. So yeah, this is my step 1. I'm working on step 1.5, which is down in the basement. So, but my main step 1 I wanted to do was my room. I said I have to do it. That way I can start fresh and feel happier and just literally live and not worry about anything too much, you know. But yeah, I just yeah. Step 2 is just working on my health, so that's gonna be a continuous thing. I'm okay. I'm not super bad or anything. I just have to cut back on fat. My doctor said I was fine. The only thing I have to do is be more mobile and move around a bit more and uh have less fat. Everything else is fine. The sugar's fine. Everything else is fine. So she said whatever I'm doing is good. It's just the fat. Just cut back on it and I'm good. But yeah, other than that I'm fine. The swollen feet thing, yeah, I just have to elevate my feet and use the exercise bike thing that I have. It's not like an actual outdoor bike, it's like the under desk thing, which I have to say that it doesn't go under my desk because my knee goes over my desk. Because I actually tested it. I was like, okay, can I do this? So I did it away from the desk so I can see how tall my knees were gonna go when I'm using you know, the stationary bike, and I was like, yeah, I can't. But yeah, that's the only thing. And step 3 is to get on the waiting list for a place of my own, so that way I can just be myself more fully. I am myself here, but not fully. I'm like 85% myself here because my dad doesn't believe that I'm bi. So there's that. And then, like, I want to have a certain type of decoration, and I can't do that unless I'm out, and plus I want to feel like I'm more independent, and if I do find someone, um I can actually say yes, I have my own place, instead of just saying yeah, I live with my dad. You know what I mean? Because it's kind of weird to say yeah, I live with my dad. But oh, But unless they, understand my situation, yeah. But if I'm like first meeting the person, they'll be like, you know, they'll be like, "Oh, so you're pushing 40 and you're still living with your dad." So I don't want to get into that. So I just want to at least have a place of my own, just something to be more independent, and start my life a little bit better. That way I can start my chapter 2. I've been stuck in chapter 1 for so long. I want to start my chapter 2. Anyway, so yeah. So let me introduce myself. Hi, my name is Echo, and I was a hoarder for watching. I know I didn't think I was gonna cry, but sometimes just talking about it just pours out. Anyway, thank you for listening. And yeah, I was a hoarder. I'm not gonna go back to that because that was just hell cleaning it. I didn't want to go back to it. So I'm gonna be a lot better, I promise. And hopefully I'll be able to start my chapter 2 soon. Okay, thank you for watching and listening to me ramble. I'm sorry that my speech isn't that wonderful. I'm doing my best. But yeah, anyway, thank you. Thank you for listening.